Welcome to the Face of Music podcast. My name is Matt and I'm your host. Welcome to episode number 41. This is a very special episode. You know why? Stay tuned. Tons of good music coming at you in the top 10, music news, and my special guest today, Dark After Dawn, are on the show. You ready? Let's do it. Welcome to the show, everybody. What's going on? How are you? How was your week? Thank you again to Sean from Devoted Fusion for coming on the show last week. Be sure to check out the brand new album, Ship Me to Heaven, due out April 22nd of this year. And of course, April 26th is the release show. You can catch me there as well. I'll have a table set up for Face of Music podcast, hanging out all night. Guys, today is a very special day. Exactly 1 year ago, the first episode of the Face to Music podcast went live. Just me, a camera, a microphone, and a very loosely defined idea of what this would eventually become. I remember sitting down to script out the episode. Yes, the illusion has been shattered. The podcast has a script. It took me such a long time. And after filming, I was like, wow, this is going to be a really long episode for the first one. And then editing. It took me an entire day to figure out how editing and audio syncing, really just how to use iMovie as a whole, it was uncharted territory for me. But after all the work, after all the scripting, the recording, the final product was all of 24 minutes and 26 seconds long. It was, I was shocked to put in that much work into something and just see less than a half an hour of product come out of it. It was crazy. Episode 2 really was the groundwork for the format that would stick. And that was also my first interview. That episode ran almost 2.5 hours. Editing still took me forever, but I was getting the hang of how to do everything. A couple months down the line, I was in talks with Jason Bittner to do an interview. I was setting a date with Chris Kontos at the same time. I landed a sponsorship with BetterHelp. Things picked up speed pretty quickly. I was also given a spot as a vendor at the inaugural MGR Fest, which I was so proud, so honored to be a part of. So much of what I aim to do with this is find amazing bands, amazing people who are involved in music, and bring their names to an audience who doesn't know about them. That's the point of the top 10. Aside from the communal side of just jamming out to some great music together, it's to take newer or lesser known independent bands and put them in front of an audience that will hear their music for the first time. I have found so many bands doing this. I've made friendships now from all over the world doing this. I'm so incredibly grateful. I can't believe the opportunities this has opened for me this past year. It's such a cool experience, and trust me when I say how much I truly appreciate all of you sticking with me in this ride, listening every single week, and I hope you're having as much fun with this as I am. This podcast has navigated me through one of the hardest points of my entire life this past year, and the genuine love and gratitude that I have for all of you, I don't think I could ever properly express that. The support for Project Zero, too. I mean, I started 2025, losing my job. I had nothing. I had Rosalie, obviously, which is all I could ever really ask for. It's all I ever really need in life. But it started really bad last year, and it ended with a podcast, a new set of friends whom I love dearly, a podcast, that's gaining traction overseas. I really can't reiterate that enough, is the fact that I have had people come to me telling me they've heard of me in Hungary, in Japan, in the UK, in Sweden, like all of these places. I'm like, this is incredible. So it's cool to see that stretch. And I also ended the year with a band. That's something that if you guys know me personally, you know how how hard I was itching to have another band of some sort, to be back on the stage playing. And it was something that, when 2025 started, I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think I'm going to have a group of people to play music with. And then I started meeting people through the podcast. And quite literally, the doors that this has opened for me, just by meeting people, by developing more of a friendship with Tom from Moon Groove, and by meeting Dylan from Resist the Temptation. It's those two people are more important to me than I think they know. And I know they're both listening right now, which makes me so happy. And knowing that you guys are listening, I just want to tell you that I love you both. And if you ever doubt what you do for somebody in life, just because they don't necessarily tell you what they did, doesn't mean that you didn't do it. So, guys, thank you so much, because you were so integral to how my 2025 developed, and how my 2026 is currently going. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful to have you guys in my back pocket and to call you friends. And just to have the partnership as a whole with Moon Groove is so cool, to really be back as a part of the music scene, where I feel like I belong. I've been calling the Long Island music scene a home for 19 years. I started my first band in 2007. It's almost 20 years since I started my first actual band that played in an actual venue. High school garage bands aside, horseshit, backyard parties, whatever it may be. The first time I ever took a band seriously was almost 20 years ago, and that venue's still there. That's Amityville Music Hall now. Back then it was Village Pub South, it was Broadway Bar, it had a million different names through the years, but it's still there. It still holds that place in my heart, and it always will. But it feels so good to be back a part of this scene. And like I said earlier, I do feature a ton of independent bands on the podcast, and I want to do what I can to help people who I have talked to from out of state get shows here on Long Island. I want to make this Long Island music scene as great as it once was. I'm not saying that it's not great, but I'm saying that it's very divided. It's very different now from how it was pre-COVID, and night and day different from how it was when I came up. Shows would go to 2 o'clock in the morning and you playing to a room full of people still. I get that, the generational divide there is different, because the people who are playing at 2 o'clock in the morning are the ones that are now going to bed early. And you can't inspire a bunch of people to want to be out that late again, especially now when we're almost 40. So, but I want to see shows have that rowdiness again. I want to see people have that community again. I want to see bands just go up and kick ass for the sake of kicking ass and not compete with each other over shit. And I feel like we're heading in the right direction. I feel like we really are. But it makes me very happy. And one thing that I will say is that I'm happy with the fact that I'm able to book shows again. It's something that I loved doing when I was playing in, bands through the island. And now that I'm with Project Zero, I'm booking shows again. And now, something I can't quite unveil yet, but I can tell you that I do have a show booked for July, and it's going to be a shit kicker of an event. I do have 2 out-of-state bands coming on for this show that I met through the podcast, which I'm super psyched about meeting. All of that, I will be releasing information probably mid-March, just because it's July. I don't want to give it too early and, all that kind of stuff. But I have the lineup confirmed. I have the flyer made. I'm just, I have an itchy trigger finger on when to post this. But I will have more coming soon too. I have a lot of bands that I'm talking to, a lot of bands that I got to get back on Long Island, or get to Long Island if they haven't been here yet. But this is going to be very exciting, and I'm glad that all of you are here for the ride. To wrap up this little intro, so we could dive really more into today's episode, I wanted to say thank you so much for just a truly incredible first year of the Face of Music podcast. I can't thank you enough for believing in me, for taking a chance in me, for listening to what I have to say. From the bottom of my heart, sincerely, thank you so, so much. And here's to another year. Guys, let's jump in. Let's do this. First timers, welcome to the Face the Music family. This is your place for all things hard rock and metal. This is your time to turn off all the bullshit that is stressing you out in life. There is no politics here. There's no stress. We're not going to worry about work. Tell your boss to go fuck himself. It's Friday. Hang up the phone. You'll see him on Monday morning. Just enjoy music, enjoy the conversations, enjoy just breathing, okay? This is where we do that together every week, couple hours. Enjoy. All my returning listeners, thank you so much. Again, this is going to be an episode filled with gratitude. Thank you for coming back literally week after week for a year now. That's crazy to me. But thank you for joining me once again for another episode of the Face the Music podcast. We have a great show today, guys. We have the new top 10 in just a minute. A few things to cover in the news. Nothing crazy going on, thankfully, but some little bullet points that we're going to touch on. And my boys are on the show today. I'm so excited. Dark After Dawn are finally on the show. My dad boys. You guys know I talk about them all the time. You know how much I love these guys. They've been making just a ton of noise lately. You just heard their brand new single Bloodshot last week. You may have even seen them on the Orion Reacts channel. Shout out Orion. These guys are longtime friends of mine, and I'm so excited to finally have them on the podcast. You all ready for this week's top 10? This week, we are going to hear from a couple of throwbacks and a lot of new. We're going to hear from Darkest Hour. We're going to hear from Atlas. We're going to hear from Dead Within Days, Wage War, Jigoku, At the Gates, Struck Down, Affiance, August Burns Red, and Arch Enemy. Now, just a heads up, if you are watching this on YouTube, you won't hear the clips of the songs in the top 10 due to YouTube's ridiculous licensing, but you can hear the show as intended on Spotify, and there's a full playlist of all the songs from every single top 10 from week 1 through today that I made on Spotify for you. I'll drop a code on the screen at the end of the top 10. Coming in at number 10, out of the UK, we have Struck Down. Struck Down are a 5-piece metalcore outfit from Kent, United Kingdom. They are a groove machine. They keep things very melodic, and they cite influences from, every band I love. Killswitch Engage, Mastodon, Gojira, Lamb of God. Just last week, the band dropped a brand new album entitled Q for the Cure. It is 10 songs and 42 minutes of just crushing groove metal. Please go check these guys out. Listen to the new album. At number 10, off of Q for the Cure, this is Struck Down with Keep Your Chin Held Why. Number 9, out of Hungary, we have the band Jigoku. This band just hit me up on Instagram a few days ago, and I'm legitimately always excited to get bands just finding me as much as I'm excited to find new bands. And for anybody listening, by the way, if you hit me up and you ask me to listen to your music, I promise you I will. If I use your music for the podcast, you're always notified. I always tag you in everything. And if I want to set up an interview with you, I will 100% message you and ask you if you're interested. Jigoku says that this is simply their way of processing the things we face in our everyday lives via heavy music. There's a lot of catharsis in metal. There's a lot of freedom and therapy even in metal. And I love that no matter where you are in the world, there are bands that feel this way about this amazing genre. Jigoku are an amazing band, and I'm extremely happy that they hit me up. Please go follow them and stay tuned. They will be dropping their full-length debut album, ABE, very soon. Our number 9 song this week, from Hungary, this is Jigoku with Inev 2. Coming in at the number 8 spot this week, we have the band Atlas from Finland. Atlas is a 5-piece metal band. They have a very raw sound, a very in-your-face old-school feel blended with more contemporary writing. Currently, the band is on tour with Orbit Culture, tearing up North America, which is, they're honestly such a perfect fit to tour together. These two bands have a very similar sound. It just crushes. Atlas just dropped a brand new album on February 20th entitled Sunder. It's a quick one. It is 8 tracks. It's only 28 minutes long, but it's just banger after fucking banger after banger. The song I'm going to play for you today comes off of that album. This is our number 8 song off of Sunder. This is the band Atlas with Tower. Number 7, out of Cleveland, Ohio, forever going to be one of my favorites, the band Affiance. Let me tell you a bit about these guys. They are, or were, melodic metalcore. They were in a league entirely of their own. Every member of this band was insanely talented. There was Dom and Brett on guitar. For a little while, they had Cameron on bass, but they played a large portion of their career without a bassist at all and would just use bass tracks when they played live. On vocals was Dennis, and on drums is a name that you will probably recognize as being the long-term drummer of Ice Nine Kills since Silver Scream 1, Mr. Patrick Galante. These guys infused so many different styles within their songwriting, but they were always a metal band. The band released 4 albums and an EP before calling it quits and reforming themselves under the name Night Rider. Affiance lyrically was all about humanity, about reflecting on society, encouraging forward motion, and not repeating the mistakes that we've made throughout history that we would be doomed to repeat the results of. Dennis went pretty deep lyrically, and I'll be honest, dude, one of the best singers I've ever heard. Live and on record, the guy is just incredible. I miss these guys as they were with Affiance all the fucking time. And while Affiance may not be a band anymore, I did want to play this track for you all today. And go check out Night Rider too. It's the same players, the same vocalists, same everything. It's just a different style. It's not really my wheelhouse. They got some jams. It's heavy, it's groovy, but Affiance is always going to be, my heart lies with that side of things. But with this song that I'm going to play for you today, the song is about the atomic clock. It's about the clock counting down to midnight, midnight representing basically a doomsday scenario for humanity. Uplifting shit, right? At number 7 this week, off of the absolutely incredible album Blackout, this is Affiance with Midnight. Number 6 this week, we have another throwback song. A band that I'm baffled hasn't made it onto the top 10 yet, as I swore that I had them on earlier last year, but apparently not. Out of Washington, D.C., the absolutely legendary Darkest Hour. Darkest Hour is one of the most influential metalcore bands ever, among the pioneers of the genre, starting all the way back in the mid to late 90s scene. They were born from punk, hardcore, and metal, and they blended those sounds to go on to what would become inspirational to thousands and thousands of up-and-coming musicians and continue to inspire today. Darkest Hour hasn't released anything since Perpetual Terminal back in 2024, but they're always working. These guys are always on tour, and being as I had At the Gates on today's show, it felt more than appropriate to have Darkest Hour on the top 10 as well. If not for Darkest Hour, I wouldn't even know who At the Gates was. I met Darkest Hour back in, I want to say 2009. Maybe 2010. It was at the Crazy Donkey in Farmingdale, R.I.P., when they were playing with Trivium on the Into the Mouth of Hell We tour immediately after the Mayhem Festival when Shogun came out. So I want to say it was probably 2009, but Darkest Hour was opening up that show. Afterwards, I got to meet the band. They were just hanging out, talking to everybody. And me and Anthony from Old Bones, we were in Requiem of Ashes at the time, but we were talking to Darkest Hour's drummer, Ryan Parrish. We spent a lot of time talking with him. But we were telling him about Requiem of Ashes, and we were telling him about, our style, our sound overall, and how Anthony was really inspired by Darkest Hour, and we were both, you've heard me say it a million times, just Trivium ran through our blood at that point. But he was asking if I knew At the Gates. I said no. I had never heard of them before. I was relatively newer into metal, at least on that degree. I knew all the classic metal, but I didn't know metalcore as much or melodic death metal as much. So Ryan told me to go home and listen to At the Gates. And I did exactly that. Years later, I got to open for Darkest Hour with Burn Your Bridges. And the guys were extremely cool, really good dudes, and they just tore the fucking place down. Today, I'm throwing it way back to 2007 for our number 6 spot. Off of the album Deliver Us, this is Darkest Hour with Doomsayer. Number 5, there is nothing that I can say about this band that I haven't already said a million times. These guys are one of my favorites in the local scene, one of the most talented groups of dudes that I know, and also some of the nicest, sweetest guys out there. We welcome Dead Within Days back to the top 10 for, I believe, their 4th time now, if not more. The band just dropped a brand new track, and that's what I have for you all here today. At number 5, this is the brand new one from Dead Within Days. Please go support my boys. This is The Cutting Edge. Number 4, out of Florida, we have the metalcore giants Wage War. The band is back and they are firing on all cylinders, finally. They just dropped Song of the Swamp. It's the first single from their brand new EP, It Calls Me By Name, which is due out April 17th of this year. This is the follow-up to 2024 Stigma, and while Stigma was not a bad album overall, it lacked a lot of what I love about Wage War. But so far, with this new single, I could safely say they still got it. This one's coming in today at our number 4 spot. It is a brutal ass kicker of a song. Enjoy, my friends. This is Wage War with Song of the Swamp. Before we get into our top 3 songs of the week, here's just a quick recap of our top 10 so far. At number 10, we had Struck Down with Keep Your Chin Held Why. Number 9, out of Hungary, we had Jigoku with Enev 2. Number 8, out of Finland, we had Atlas with Tower. At number 7, we had Affiance with Midnight. Number 6, we had Darkest Hour with Doomsayer. At number 5, we had Dead Within Days with The Cutting Edge. And at number 4, we just heard from Wage War, Song of the Swamp. At number 3 this week, the boys out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania are back. After a few years away, August Burns Red is back. They're on Fearless Records again, and they just dropped a blistering new track entitled Behemoth. The band was formerly on Fearless back in 2014 and just recently re-signed to the label. New label, brand new song, new commitments, which says to me that there will be a new record coming out, new tours, tons of exciting shit, so pay attention to these guys. They are metalcore royalty. It's always a pleasure to hear and see what these dudes do. At our number 3 spot for this week, this is the brand new shit from August Burns Red. This is Behemoth. At number 2, I'm super excited about this. We touched on it a bit last week, the whole situation with Arch Enemy that's been going on. Basically, if you missed it, Arch Enemy recently saw the departure of their vocalist Alyssa White Glues, and the internet lit up with speculation on who would be the new vocalist. Would they go back to their original vocalist, Johan Leva? Would they go with their most popular vocalist, Angela Gasso? Would it be someone that we don't know? Maybe like some YouTuber or some internet find? Well, one of the rumors was shut down almost immediately. Angela had said it's not her. She came right out and said she thought about it, and she said ultimately it's not the right move for her. respect. Angela's been the band's manager since she stepped away from vocals all the way back when. It's not Johan. They released a promo video. It apparently was a female, so everyone was like, well, who else would it be? Rumors were completely shot the next day, because after that video was posted, the band dropped a brand new single, and a day later announced that the brand new vocalist for the band would be none other than Once Human vocalist Lauren Hart. If you don't know who she is, if you don't know Once Human, they've been inactive for a few years, but it was founded by Lauren and Logan Mader, who was also the founding guitarist for Machine Head. Burn My Eyes Through the More Things Change. Logan left Machine Head before the Burning Red, but rejoined back in 2019 temporarily with Chris Kontos for the Burn My Eyes 25th anniversary tour. Lauren is a monster vocalist. She has an insane amount of power, and aside from founding Once Human, she was also in Divine Heresy with Dino Cesares. She worked briefly with the band Camelot as well. In 2026, we welcome Lauren to Arch Enemy and welcome the new era of the Swedish death metal band as we eagerly await more new music and a follow-up to 2025's Blood Dynasty. Our number 2 song this week, this is Arch Enemy featuring Lauren Hart. This is To the Last Breath. And finally, our number 1 song. This one's got a lot of emotion and a lot of story behind it. A while back over the summer, I told you guys that Tomas Lindberg of At the Gates was terminally ill. He knew he didn't really have a lot of time left, and he wanted to use whatever strength he had to lay down vocal tracks for the brand new At the Gates album. He recorded his vocals before there were any instrumentals recorded, which is the exact opposite of how an album recording would typically go. Vocals are usually the last piece of the puzzle, not the first, but Tomas felt as though he may not make it through the end of the album production, and he wanted to make sure that he was on it while he could be. Tomas also recorded this album with a large part of the roof of his mouth having to have been removed from his illness. Now, tragically, Tomas died on September 16th of 2025, 1 month exactly before his 53rd birthday. Last week, the band surprised all of us, and they announced that the final At the Gates album to feature Tomas would be called The Ghost of a Future Dead, and this album would be released on April 24th of 2026. To coincide with this announcement, the band had also released the very first single. It's as classic an At the Gates song as you would hope for, but you can hear the change in Tomas's vocals. You can hear that he wasn't healthy and how hard he pushed to get the album done. The man loved his job, he loved his fans, and he knew how important this last record was going to be. At the Gates are one of the most influential, one of the most loved, and one of the most respected bands in the metal genre. The big list of bands that we know today wouldn't be here if not for At the Gates is about the same as how many older bands we know that wouldn't be here if not for Sabbath. Bands like Darkest Hour, Trivium, All That Remains, Killswitch Engage, Shadows Fall, Arch Enemy, In Flames, just to name a few. Rest in peace, Tomas. Everybody, please go stream the new single. Go buy the new album when it drops this April. Our number 1 song. This is the beginning of the final era of At the Gates as we know it. This is At the Gates with The Fever Mask. Every week, I am proud to feature both signed and independent bands from all over the globe. I will only bring you the very best, and I won't waste your time. Most importantly, I value your time, so I'm not going to feed you a bunch of bands that, they're a dime a dozen. I'm going to only give you what's special. I carefully curate every week's top 10, and you can find every song you hear on the show on the Face Music Top 10s playlist by either searching on Spotify or scanning the code that is on your screen now. Bands, friends, if you would like to be a guest on the show, let's set it up. Just a heads up though, I am booked a month out already, meaning your episode won't air for about a month after filming. So don't wait. If you want to be on the show, hit me up as soon as possible. 2026 is going to be a hell of a year, and it's already filling up. Shoot me an email at theftmpod@gmail.com or just message me on Instagram. Guys, real quick, if you haven't already, please make sure you are subscribed to the podcast on Spotify and on YouTube. I'm on a mission to reach 100 subs by June. When you subscribe, you get automatically notified when new episodes are posted. Please go follow my socials, Instagram and Facebook, and if you see something on social media that intrigues you, engage with it. The commenting and the conversation helps push the algorithm. Thank you guys, and I sincerely appreciate all the support. Now, today in music news, like I said, there's nothing overly exciting this week, but there are some things that are at least worth mentioning. So, first up, Metallica has confirmed and announced their Las Vegas residency at the Sphere for later this year. The band will be doing 8 dates all throughout October, doing 2 back-to-back dates at a time. From the 1st, and it goes straight through the end of the month, ending on the 31st. If you're going to these shows or any one of these shows, let me know. I'm curious to see the experience. I don't give a shit about the Sphere. I think I'm the only one. I think I am alone on that hill, but I don't care about it. I love Metallica, but I'd rather see them in a stadium any day than going to the Sphere. So if you end up going, though, let me know, and maybe I'll have you do a concert review for me. Next up, the band Better Lovers has parted ways with frontman Greg Puciato, formerly of the Dillinger Escape Plan. The band released a statement basically saying that they were just going in other directions. They thanked Greg for his contributions and said the 4 remaining members are writing a new album as well as looking for another singer. And lastly, like I said, it's not a lot, but a few bullet points to go over today. Lastly, we have some Iron Maiden news. Iron Maiden were officially nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the 2026-2027 class. The band has openly stated how opposed to the Hall of Fame they are, and how if they were inducted, they wouldn't show up. Truth be told, I don't know how the fuck Maiden hasn't been in the Hall of Fame this entire time. Secondly, involving Maiden, the band is currently on their Run for Your Lives tour, which wraps up in November of this year. The band did just announce today, though, that they will be taking all of 2027 off, and they will return to the road in 2028. So get out there and see them now. Truth be told, guys, none of them are getting any younger. 2028 may hold a completely different story for them. Alright, guys, switching cameras. I was using my GoPro, and apparently the camera overheated. The battery got too hot, so love that. So I'm recording the rest of this on my cell phone. I swear to God. King of tech issues. I've been saying that shit since day one. So, guys, today's special guests are very good friends of mine. I have known these guys for about 10 or so years now, and they are some of the most talented musicians I've ever met. Sorry for all the shakiness. I don't have a phone stand, so I'm holding this with my hand. They're some of the nicest and some of the funniest guys. I speak very highly of them because they deserve every single ounce of praise. The band Dark After Dawn has gone through different lineups, through different sounds and different writing styles. They've gone through being extremely active to being on life support, but this band does not have the word quit in their vocabulary. They just work harder and harder and get better and better. The band used to have more of a mellow death sound. They took some time off for a little bit and they came back with a new look, a new sound, and a new energy. On today's stream, we have Maroof, the band's vocalist, and we have Connor and Kyle, the band's two guitar players. Kyle, unfortunately, had to leave just a few minutes into recording due to scheduling, but that's fine. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome to the show and introduce you all, my friends. Dad, this is Dark After Dawn. So, welcome to the Face Music Podcast, everybody. I'm sitting here with Dark After Dawn. We have Maroof, we have Kyle, we have Connor. Guys, it's a pleasure to finally sit with you guys. Kyle, I know that you have to go very soon, very, very soon. So, let's get you out of the way early.
All right.
You're the only one I'm not familiar with, so tell me about yourself.
All right. My name's Kyle. I just joined Dark After Dawn about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. And so I've been playing guitar for about 21 years now. Played it growing up, took lessons for a few years, and from then on I was self-taught. Honestly, this is my first metal band that's, I guess, worked out to this extent. I mean, I've jammed with guys for a couple of years. I'm gonna sound scatterbrained, sorry, but I joined the Marine Corps straight out of high school back in 2016. Served for 4 years, got out in 2020, and during that time, obviously, I was busy. So, I'd play guitar as a hobby, but then at some time getting out, I got the itch to pursue doing it for real, with a band, and I've still never played live with a metal band before. I mean, I've played live at talent shows for music competitions, but I would say 2023. I really started trying my hand at getting in a studio, recording music, trying to jam with people. And that's kind of how I met Connor. Me and him met. I met him through getting recruited for another project, and that project kind of didn't work out. And then he and I stayed in touch. He went on, did his thing. I'm doing my thing, and then he's with Dark After Dawn. I think I don't know too much about it, but I know he has history already with Dark After Dawn before even meeting me. And then he asked me a few months ago if I wanted to try out, be part of the band. I was like, absolutely. I love their newest single they just put out, Shadow Work, and their older stuff as well. I'm like, this is right up my alley. It's exactly what I want to do. And so far, this is the furthest I've gotten. So hopefully this project goes well, and we keep doing good things. And it looks like we are. We got some good stuff coming.
That's very cool, man. Welcome to the band. I've known these guys a long time now, and you're in good hands. I can tell you that for sure. And yeah, I would say Connor's got a little history with Dark After Dawn.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a small chapter in your life. But yeah, dude, I can't wait for that first time you get to feel what it's like to step on stage with a metal band, because there's no better feeling in the world.
Yeah, can't wait.
It's such an adrenaline rush. When you hear your guitar through a PA for the first time, dude, it's like there's no better feeling you'll get.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna give you the full speed out here, dude. What are some of the influences that made you want to start playing guitar?
It's crazy because I started playing when I was 7, and there was no influences that made me want to play guitar. I'm gonna sound like some crazy hippie saying weird stuff like this, but it really was maybe some kind of a calling, something pulling me to it, because it was like I was really fascinated by the strings. I can't tell you why or whatever, but anytime I'm in a room with a guitar, whether it was my grandmother's old guitar or whatever, I always wanted to get my hands on it and play it. I didn't know how to play. And, through bugging my parents enough as a kid, finally they got me a guitar for Christmas. It came with 2 free lessons. And from then on, now I revolve my entire life around it. So that worked out. But I would say early influences for music growing up, the parents I had, a lot of classic rock, Journey, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC. So I played a lot of classic rock on guitar for, I would say, the first 10 or so years of me playing. And then in high school, I started getting more into listening to metal. My early influences, Disturbed was kind of my gateway into metal, like Five Finger Death Punch and all that. And as I progressed and as life got harder, my taste in music got heavier. Now as of recent, my biggest influences, Lamb of God, probably my biggest one right now. Slipknot, Polaris, and also like even Kubla Khan, Boundaries. They're from Connecticut, and that's where I live. Yeah, Currents, they're also from Connecticut. But yeah, I would say in my style of playing right now, my biggest influence is probably Lamb of God, just because there's a lot of classic rock blues kind of riffy stuff in it that comes natural to me because it's kind of my background. I had a little blues phase as well through those years of playing a lot of classic rock on guitar. So yeah, no, started as a classic rock player, kind of, migrated into metal. And what I say to people usually is like, I still solo, like when I do solos, I still solo kind of like a classic rocker, a lot of pentatonic blues stuff, but I
Right.
play rhythm like a thrashy metal player, like, so it's an interesting, interesting little pieces that make up my style of playing. But yeah,
What
That's
would you
cool, dude.
call it? Boomer solos?
yeah, my boom solo. I
I
solo
was
like a
trying
boom.
not to say that. I didn't want to interrupt.
So boomer solos with the boomer rig.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's
All right,
probably the
man.
youngest member of the band.
Really?
What? No, I'm not.
Wait. I don't know.
Connor's.
You might have Connor by a year.
I think I have Connor by a year.
Yeah. Nah, I'm back to being the baby.
Yeah, Connor. Shouldn't you be studying?
Oh, oh yeah, shit. I guess I'm the. No. Well, screw you. Whatever.
That moment where you realize you're the old man.
Whoa. Our fill-in drummer is older than me, so I'm not the old man yet.
Whatever, Gramps, whatever you say.
I love that he got like that little zoom lag as he's saying. Whatever, Gray.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that saw that.
That was
Well,
fantastic.
I didn't get that with you guys. Sorry.
Now your first show is March 14th, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
The
And
cellar in Connecticut.
somewhere in Connecticut.
The cellar.
The cellar, okay. It's like somewhere in Connecticut. It's too vague,
That
dude.
Not wrong.
Only the true fans will find it.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
No, that's cool, man. I'm very happy for you that you finally found your home in a band because
Yeah.
like I said, man, there is nothing better, and I can't wait for you to experience that. And I know you have to go in like a minute, but dude, after you play that show, I want you to reach out to me and just tell me what you thought.
No, absolutely, I will. I got time for like one or two more questions, maybe if we rapid fire. I don't want to cut you short. It kind of stinks. I'm leaving soon, but yeah, well, I could try to make it quick if you got another question or two.
I mean, you said 8, so I was tailoring everything right 8 o'clock. Yeah, dude, no, I just
Make it count.
So when you're growing up and you're discovering metal music, well, I mean, like, classic rock to metal music, like what was the cause for that transition? What made you say like today's the day I'm gonna try something heavier than like Journey?
I don't know what it is. I think. I mean, honestly, I've been listening to Disturbed since I was in like third grade, so that was
Oh.
long before I was really angry about. So, but no,
Dude,
um,
that made me feel so old, just so you know. Because I've been listening to Disturbed since middle school.
Hey, man, they're like the
I
gateway
was,
band, man.
I
The
think I was
gateway.
8 when I started with them, but no, I think I have an older brother. He's 3 years older than me. I mean, he probably started listening to stuff, and I want to be like him, so I started listening to kind of his stuff. And same thing with my older sister. My older sister was into Korn and bands like that, and my brother, he was listening to like, whatever he was listening to, I started listening to, and at some point he probably listened to Disturbed, and for whatever reason, I was like, well, Disturbed is now my new identity. I love this band. So, but yeah, third grade, I remember like sitting with I got sat with a kid on the bus. We had assigned seats. I didn't know him, and now he's still one of my best friends to this day. He had a little MP3 player with 4 songs on it. It had Down with the Sickness by Disturbed, Prayer by Disturbed, Rollin' by Limp Bizkit, and Viva La Vida by Coldplay. That's it. That's all we listened to.
That's a whole mood right there.
Yeah, that was it. That was
who hurt this kid?
I don't know. But that was and dude, I listened
a lot
to
of emotions right there.
and then the Indestructible album came out. I think I was in 3rd grade. Yeah, no, 3rd or 4th grade, and I was like, damn, this. I'm like, it doesn't get heavier than this. But
I remember when I heard that album, I was like, dude, this is awesome.
yeah, but yeah, I think I just my older siblings getting into kind of being more into metal and heavier music. I think that kind of got me going, and then started kind of branching out on my own. Obviously started with Disturbed. They were my gateway, and I went to Slipknot and all these other bands. But yeah, I would say that's kind of how it happened.
Do you still listen to them now?
Oh yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Too much, honestly.
Yeah, I just last week I put on Disturbed for the first time in years, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, I forgot how good they are. Like
Everybody hates them. They're like they're dad rock. It's like whatever, dude. Get them. Like they're so good.
What,
The
you
same
never heard a
people-
grown man get his ass beat in the studio before?
Yeah. What,
Bro, literally the people that shit on them literally used to like rep them so hard. I don't really
100%.
You're like,
Yeah,
yo, this is my shit. Then it's like 10 years later. It's like, no, man, I outgrew that. I'm like, bro, shut up. You still listen to Linkin Park. That shit's awesome. Just leave it alone.
exactly. I will rep them forever. I don't care.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, they're great.
New metal rules.
Exactly. But
yeah, dude. With Disturbed, it's a weird situation because like they were great when they started. Like The Sickness was a perfect album. Then they did Believe, and Believe was like, it was it's kind of
Believe-
their.
it was weird for sure. It had some cool songs on there, but even the cool ones, it didn't have that like vicious kind of just feel
Right.
to it. Sickness was nasty, and then Believe was it was a little, I don't know, exploring their softer side or whatever. But they came back around.
Well, yeah, I mean, like then they went on a tear. They had like 10,000 Fists. They had Indestructible. They had Asylum. Like,
Yeah.
I'm definitely forgetting one in there, but like they went just all out. And then I kind of feel like with Asylum they might have peaked with that album.
Asylum was for sure they're like we're the younger hungry dogs peaking, and then after that I think it was just an age thing. They've been around for a while now. They started entering geezer status now. I all my records, all my t-shirts, guys are old, fuck them. No, but yeah, every band has that. I think every band has it. Like Slipknot, their peak was All Hope Is Gone. Obviously, no, Joey Jordison and Paul Gray died, but still, like every band has that kind of like around album 4 or 5. No matter what happens, where people start saying like, they're not kind of what they were. That's fine. It's like you write 4 albums, you write 5 albums, let alone one song. Like. Like anything, you can't do nothing. You stink. All right, I'm gonna stop hating on random.
I don't know. Every Warbringer album is kind of like awesome right now, so that might be the exception.
All right, guys, I cut you off. Thank you so much for having me. I would love to be on again. I hate that I have obligations right now. I gotta help my mother. Not to spill beans, but she just had surgery today. So, but no, she's good. She's good. She didn't die. Good. That's good news.
That is good news.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to be on again and do this again. Talk more. Maybe after our first show or something, I could be like,
"Oh hell yeah, hell yeah!" All right, Kyle.
Yeah, man. In all sincerity, after you play that show, just send me a video of how you feel at that, and I'm gonna put it right back on the air because I want everyone to know that feeling.
I'll tell you, man.
Connor ruined it for me.
Connor kicked me out of the spotlight.
Connor stood in front of me the whole time.
They fired me that night. It was
I
terrible.
broke a string on the first song. I didn't know what to do because I only brought one guitar.
Dude, first
Dude,
song.
Bring
first
two
song?
guitars.
Sorry, after we get off, I got to tell you something.
First song, all my clothes fell off. On that note, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you for having
All
me.
right, man. Have a great night.
You
I'll
too.
talk to you soon.
Later, man.
Yeah. Later.
True story. I brought two guitars and I broke both strings in the first two songs.
I believe that.
Like one off each guitar. It was like the same string, and I'm like, bro, what? I had to borrow a guitar from some dude in another band that I literally was talking to on Facebook, and I didn't know he was at the show. He was like, my band's playing, and I'm like, wait. He's like, yo, you're that guy, and I'm like, wait, what? Remember? We played at Mother Pugs or something in Staten Island, and you guys started playing Creeping Death. And some random guy went up on stage, started singing it while I was like detuning the guitar that the guy gave me.
Huh. I do not remember this.
I guess I got a better memory.
We played a lot of shows back then, man.
I remember a lot of them like they were yesterday, dude. I don't remember what I ate though, but all right, Matt, you got the floor. What you want?
I mean, technically, you guys got the floor. I do this every week. You're the guest here, so I don't know, man. I guess we could do the same exact thing we just did with Kyle. So we have Maroof, we have Connor. Really the two main dudes for Dark After Dawn. You guys have been doing this a long time. You know,
He's the dark to my dawn, bro.
Yeah.
Aw. But yeah, I've known you guys. Shit, when did I meet you, Maroof? Like 26.
Oh, dude, I met you when I was hanging out with
Nick.
I think One Day
all the way
Waiting.
back when.
So your band Logan's Room played with One Day Waiting.
Yeah,
and I think I might have been playing
Damn,
drums
that's crazy.
with
I didn't even know that.
I might have played.
You guys
So
met.
I think I played drums with them. Yeah, I think I may have played drums with them to fill in. And then
I don't know if you were drumming with them that day. I know you were drumming with them soon after, but
or it was that, or I was hanging out, or I was filling in on bass. It was something. I did something. Whatever. I was there for some reason, and then we were hanging out backstage. But then we saw you play, and you had like the Kirk Hammett signature guitar.
Yep.
They were like, "Yo, dude, that guy's got a
I
Kirk
remember
Hammett.
that.
He's got to be a metalhead." So I'm like, "Yo, let's go talk to him." You know, you see something metal, you're like, you're a metalhead. You got to talk to that dude now.
yeah, dude, that's how you form friendships. It's like,
Yeah, and
Yeah,
here we are.
You,
And here we are.
you too. Yeah, me too. Yeah. No, man. Yeah, I remember it was the Boy Meets World show at Rev, and I know One Day Waiting was there. I don't know why. Like, I don't remember you performing that day, but I know that we spent a lot of time hanging out and just shooting the shit backstage.
Oh man, who's playing? Oh damn, was it Texie Hippie Coalition?
Oh wait, maybe it might have been.
You know, yeah, it was because that dude, the singer, what was his name? Big Daddy. He came out. He was a huge dude. He's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's up?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, what's up?"
Yeah, my old bassist Dave is like, I'm gonna go smoke pot with that guy. I was like, you know what, dude? I feel like you got a shot, and I think he did.
I feel like you get an opportunity to like with that dude. I feel like it's awesome. So why not?
I mean, like Dave had a checklist, dude. Everyone that we shared the stage with, he's like, I'm gonna go smoke with them, and I think he marked off a lot of boxes. So good for him. But
yeah. So that's basically our origin story, and it's just all the projects you've been in, and I think and then there's Burn Your Bridges with Tyler. I remember you had.
yeah, you had a fun time with that one because everything was a pun.
Oh come on, man! I have to. I'm only serious like maybe like 10% of the time.
Dude, I remember when I bought that guitar off you. I drove like 3 hours to your house in the fucking snow, and when I get there, you're like, "Oh, I hope you didn't burn any bridges down getting here." It was like, I'm so tired.
That's kind of funny.
I got there, and I'm like, dude, I'm so tired right now, and like the puns,
Oh, that's hilarious.
dude. It was that was fun. That was a good day.
I hope you're still talking to some of those dudes and you didn't burn any bridges.
Yep. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Oh, he burned them all
Oh, I burned those bridges. I only talk to Tyler.
Well, yeah, I was hoping you'd be talking to him at least because he's cool.
Yeah. No, Tyler's my dude.
Tyler Cool Julio, whatever his name.
Ugly, 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 old.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler's last name sucks. I feel like every time I try to say it, I'm still not saying it right.
I don't
feel
think
like-
I've ever learned how to say it right.
I feel like once you say it right, you like reach enlightenment and just like
You just
You-
transcend. You just like
you do. You just go up. You're like clearly.
Yeah, man. He's currently killing it. He's on a Prong live album that's coming out.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of
them,
stuff. That's
like,
awesome,
posting
dude.
stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So with you two though, I met you early, and I think that was like kind of the infancy of Dark After Dawn, and then we kept in touch obviously, but it had been a few years since I had seen you. The next time I saw you, you were actually playing at Rev, and that's where I met you, Connor. And
Yeah.
that I want to say it was probably like 20
Probably 2018 or 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
I have
it was
videos
with
of
Michael.
that show somewhere. I have the timestamps.
Michael was definitely with you that day. I remember that.
Yep. That was
Yeah.
that was like late 2018 to like mid 2019 because I remember we
Yeah.
took some photos outside.
Yeah. Feel like that
I-
was right before the summer.
I remember that because I remember like loving the drum set, but also
Yep. Michael.
he had a trigger pad for your bass drops, and that
Yup.
thing, dude, that thing shook the building to the ground. I was like, that's crazy, like just a boom. I was like, what?
Oh.
Just like
He was very tech savvy with that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, no, he was good.
I thought that was cool, man. I never saw that before. But yeah, dude. And then that was the first time I saw I guess you'd call a local band at Rev that was so loud that I thought that you guys like tipped off the sound guy to beef it up. But it's like you guys started at one volume, cranked it all the way up to another, and like I loved every single second of that.
I don't know. I'm always looking over at the bass player. I'm like, did he just
Yeah.
turn his volume up after sound check?
Well, I
I'm like-
mean, I'm not gonna say the
Something
answer.
Couch was known for.
I'm not gonna say the answer is no, but I will say the bassist did have a boost at one point.
After sound check, boop, he won't notice. And they keep turning it up every song. Come on, wait, what's going on? And the sound guy's trying to fight it, and it's like, no, the cab is too loud now.
The sound guy will never win that battle.
He won't. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I do remember that show being pretty loud when we were playing. So
Yeah.
it's weird. I do remember the set, and we were just that was fun actually. Like I said, I remember a lot of our shows
Yeah.
because just like you, like everyone else that plays music, I love the music. So it's very memorable to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how long after that, but well, I know 2019 you guys played the BYBBQ that I had.
Yeah.
And I think that was the last time I saw you guys play. Was that
I
day.
think that was probably one of the last shows we played before COVID and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, because everything. We had like 2 more shows like after that,
Mhm.
and it was getting kind of weird. And I was like, are we allowed to play shows? We had Blackthorn 51 booked, and we had the Chance booked. We played
Yeah.
the Chance show, and it was like a ghost town. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
don't think
remember
we booked
that.
any more shows for a while. Literally a week later, like it was like Blackthorn's like, yo, show's canceled, and then a week later it was like lockdown. Or like, now
Yeah.
what do we do? It's like this is weird. It's like it was a weird time, man.
Yeah, I mean, at least the barbecue is kind of a go out with a bang kind of thing,
Yeah.
Still,
that was a lot
I'm very proud of that event. That was a good turnout, a lot of fun. You guys killed it. And I remember everyone that was outside with me literally stampeded inside because you guys covered Davidian and you covered Rain.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh shit. Oh wait, we played both of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh
Yeah.
man, that oh damn. Davidian and Raining Blood, like
Oh no, not Raining Blood, Rain.
Oh, that's another fun
By
one
Trivium.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, I even left the grill. I left the hot grill outside. Be like, oh shit, they're doing Davidian.
I forgot that we were doing that. Shit.
Dude, I didn't know we played both covers. I'm like, holy shit, that's cool. I know we played Davidian, but I guess like we had a longer set, and I guess we snuck in a second cover.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Probably had the videos of that somewhere too.
Oh yeah,
dude, if you do, I'd love to see them.
We have
Absolutely.
dude, we like have so many
remind me.
recordings.
I'll find them.
Yeah,
Just go on our Connor, go on our YouTube. I have a lot of stuff on private, you know.
Word.
Just look through, you might find it. So we
Definitely.
like try to record and upload all of our shows. Some we'll make public, but
yeah.
you know, lately with like a lot of the new stuff, we kind of just like made a lot of stuff private. Just anything that's relevant, we just keep up.
Yeah.
So
no, that's good to at least have everything filmed, you know, whether it's public or private, just have it filmed. Because you never know. That's good content,
exactly.
It's good memories, you know.
So,
But yeah, I mean, with you guys, like I know a little bit more about you, but for people who are not as familiar, you guys started as more of like a melodic death metal band, right?
more thrash actually.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it or not, like
Well, yeah,
really,
like more, yeah.
really thrash.
I always related you guys to like melodeath mixed with thrash. It's like
yeah,
if In Flames married like Cavalera Conspiracy type shit,
Yeah.
like
I can see it.
you know. But so with that, like your early days, like what were your inspirations? Like what was going on in your minds when you were starting to write all this stuff?
Dude, it was a lot. So for like the demo, it was a lot of like Creator, Slayer.
I was just about to say that.
So Creator, Slayer. It was like some At the Gates, a lot of Sepultura.
A lot of shadows fall as I lay dying.
Well, for you maybe, but for me, it was like a lot of traditional stuff, and there wasn't really much metalcore. The closest thing to metalcore I had was maybe Machine Head, because Treason, when I wrote with Martin, him and I wrote that, and that was like I listened to the Blackening for the first time ever, and we're like, dude, we need to like throw in more groove. So then the band kind of like started throwing in more of a groove sound from like that start, and then you know, and we picked up Connor actually because Martin was he signed up for for the Marines, so he was leaving. So he's like, hey, find another guitar player, you know, we'll work it out. So I found Connor. So it turns out, I was friends with his sister, and then she was on my friends list, and I guess somehow he like intercepted me somehow from like some metal stuff. He added me or something a long time ago. I don't remember, but then we started talking about. I don't know what it was, but like we started talking about metal, and then I think he checked out some of our stuff, and he's like, "Yo, man, I already learned the song already." I'm like, "Yo, dude, we need a guitar player. You want to come over?" So he brought over his dad, and I didn't know that he was like 15.
I wasn't even. I think I was 14.
Oh God!
And I was like, "Dude, I
To
think
catch
I was
a
like,
predator, dude."
Nah, dude, it was hilarious. My dad like dropped me off,
I was
talked
like-
to his dad
dude, I
for
think I was,
like
like,
an
18.
hour or so.
I was like 18 at the time, and
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let's see how this kid plays. Like, it doesn't hurt. I've seen like little clips of you, and I was just sitting there. We were playing. I'm like, holy shit, this is cool. You play like the style I play, and I'm like, all right. So I guess like we'll see where it goes. So I'm like, yo, Martin's too busy. You want to record the last 2 solos on Sociopath? So he came in with his dad, and he just tracked the solos, just shreddy, and I'm like. So that was on the original demo, like Sociopath, shred. And then that demo was in drop. No, it was in C sharp standard. The reason why we had that weird tuning was because my guitar was set up in drop B, and I wanted to play in a standard tuning, but I couldn't afford a guitar setup because I think I was delivering pizzas at the time.
And
So
you only had like one guitar.
I had the Schecter ATX Blackjack 6 with Duncan blackouts, and I had like this old like Jackson JS 23 dinky six string,
Yeah.
and like I only played the Schecter
That was
because it was
crazy.
the only nice guitar I had.
I auditioned on my Kerry King Warlock.
I was like, dude, it's sick. But
And then, he invited me out to their show. That was Martin's last show. But Martin ended up like breaking his thumb or breaking his finger, one of his fingers in the pit. And since I had all my stuff with me, Maroof was just like, yeah, like just play the leads and everything instead, because Martin left and had to go to the hospital.
Oh shit.
And from that point on, I was just in Dark After Dawn.
So I'm a little embarrassed about that because it's partially my fault on why he screwed his thumb up. So we were having fun, like we're messing around. So me, Chris, and a couple friends picked up Martin, and we were trying to throw him on the stage, like like stage dive or whatever, when you pick up people.
Yeah.
Well, he landed like this on the stage, and his thumb was like backwards. Like, guys, I don't know if I could play. And my dumbass was like, "Sure, man."
Dude, I remember him walking around Dingbats just like this the whole for like a half hour.
His girlfriend was freaking out. His girlfriend was freaking out, and I'm like, "All right, Martin, you go get help, man." And I'm like, "Yo, can I borrow your amp head or something?" Because I brought an extra guitar, so I played the spare. And then, dude, it was like weird, like. It was like, okay, so like Dark After Dawn played with Connor on lead, and he just like improv the solos, and it sounded pretty awesome.
Dude, and like we killed it. Like there were a bunch of people there that night too, but I remember.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like, I don't want to like, listen, man, like I feel bad about that, but I feel like it was like a weird way of the universe being like, yes. I don't know what it was, like bringing us together. Because like after that, it was kind of like he was getting ready to leave, so like it was just me and Connor just working together, and
yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say that's a universe sign, dude. Your guitarist that's leaving has his thumb hanging on by a thread, and your new guy's just chilling in the crowd. Like,
yeah,
that's your sign.
I still talk to him. I still send him stuff. Him and I go back and forth. He's loving all the stuff we're doing. I always send him stuff early. He's the coolest dude I've ever met. Even Connor's like bumped into him in when you were down in South Carolina or something. You said you bumped into him?
Yeah, because down in 2021, I moved down to South Carolina for about 2 years, and he was living there after he had gotten out of the Marine Corps with his wife, and hit me up one day, and he's like, "Yo, like I saw you live here." Like I live like literally less than an hour away from you. She gets together sometime.
That's
we just ended up like hanging out a bunch of times. Still talk.
Damn, that is small world, man.
Literally, dude.
That's the universe again. It's like, yo, man, you got.
It was actually kind of. There were a bunch of people from up here that like I ran into down there.
Oh yeah,
just like
it's a popular spot.
Out of the blue.
Believe it or not.
Damn. Yeah, no, it's a weird coincidence that you moved to the exact same place as him, though. Out of anywhere in the country, that's where you end up. But so now while you're down there, Maroof, you were still doing the Dark After Dawn thing up here, right?
Yeah, so it was a little weird. So I'm gonna get a little bit into the lore. So to make it simple, so this was during the album.
Dad lore.
And Connor actually had to drive up a couple times from South Carolina to finish recording his parts on the album. And I'm just like, and during COVID, man, a lot of us kind of like grew a little farther. A lot of us got depressed. Dude, I literally lost my screaming voice. I couldn't do the vocals. And I just literally stopped doing guitar and vocals because we literally didn't talk for 6 months. I thought, all right, I guess like lockdown, a lot of people got depressed. Everyone gave up on stuff. And then we started tracking, and I literally tracked the worst vocals ever. The first month we started recording vocals, and then I started getting it back. And then my vocals came out great. I retracked half the album like one session.
Damn.
And Connor, yeah, he came down a couple times from South Carolina. Well, came up. He finished his solos, and then we had a buddy of ours like come take his spot. Well, he moved, so we needed to find somebody. And then that was working for a little bit, and then it's kind of like it was like kind of like all over the place with like the lineup, the little drama and stuff. And then I'm like, all right. So then I don't know if you remember, what's his name? Tom DeVita. Yeah, so he basically came in for about a year and a half ish, and he basically filled in Connor's spot after we had I believe PJ. It just didn't work out, so whatever. But it was him. I had Koch, and we had this drummer Alan Rosenbaum, who was from Sledge Wolf. They're really crazy. He was doing like blast beats at 14, dude. This kid was like fresh out of high school, and he was just like really fast. We're like, all right, this is great. But then it's like, we couldn't, it was like really weird with the lineup. So what happened was I wrote Shadow Work. I'm like, all right, we need to get serious. Wrote Shadow Work. And it's like some of the guys were into it, some of the guys weren't. This is when I had, we had Colin, our new bass player, in, and it just like created differences with it. But Tom was also moving too. Yeah. He had a lot of stuff going on. So we still talk all the time. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. So then I started talking to Connor. I'm like, listen, hey, I need a guitar player. Tom just left. How'd you feel about, help me out? And then him and I started talking more, and it's like, yo, you want to come back? And then it was like, yeah, let's try this. So he came to my house. Almost everything was written. He tracked his solo. He tracked a couple other things. And then literally we went to the studio with Randy Pescarello of If I Were You, track Shadow Work in like couple hours. We had our buddy Alfredo from he played in a band called Insafirum or something from New Jersey.
Oh, okay, I know them.
So he used to play with them for a while. So he tracked the drums for that. We had Colin track the bass for that, and then Connor tracked the lead guitar. That's the first song I did clean vocals on, and it was kind of weird, man. But like, it was like the fact that the studio was so booked in advance that like we had like to wait 4 months to record that song.
Oh my God.
So it gave me a lot of time to like fine tune everything. And we're like, all right. So basically it's like me and Connor back together, but it's like, this is like a song that I kind of wrote most of. And I'm like, all right, let's see what else we could do. So like what we did was we booked a music video with Eric DiCarlo. You know him, right? It's like the video producer. He did like Lorna Shore, To the Hellfire, some Shadow of Intent. So like we need to make a big music video for this. Why not? It's like go out with a bang, man. So we made a big, awesome music video. Dude, we're doing really well from just one single. I'm like, hell yeah. So then me and Connor sat down and we wrote Self Decay. We're like, all right, so come to my house, let's write some riffs. So he's throwing some riffs, I'm throwing some riffs, we're going back and forth. And then what we did was we're like, all right, we got something solid. We booked the studio 2 months out. We have to finish this song before the studio date. That was the Trial by Fire. So we like reworked the song like 20 times to the point where now it's like, dude, it's probably one of my favorite songs off this EP coming out.
100%.
Yeah, dude, it's like the way that everything went and like the way we like collaborated, and we're like older. So it's like now being brutally honest to each other. It's not like you're being like, hey man, that's not cool. I'm married to that idea. Screw you, It's more like, I see your point. I see your perspective, man. That's, you know what? You're right, man. If I don't like something, I just tell him I don't like something, and he's cool with it. And then a lot of the times it's like, hey, this don't sound great. What if we try this? And it's like, we're mature, Yeah. It's kind of cool. Like we could actually be not like beat around the bush or sugarcoat. That's what I like about, playing with these guys. And like right now, like all of us playing together, including Kyle, we could be fully brutally honest about how we feel about stuff, but we're willing to listen and hear what the other guy says and see if it works. So,
right.
And then what else do we write? So yeah, but that's kind of like the lore right there. It's really just me and Connor have been writing a lot of stuff together, and Self Decay was the first song we wrote. And you're going to hear that probably soon.
I can't wait, dude. I can't wait.
Oh, me too, man.
Yeah, it does feel like with this new lineup, this new like set of stuff that we got, it's kind of breathing new life into the band, I would say.
I was very, very excited when you sent me shadow work. I was like, I don't know what to expect because like I was you had me hooked when you dropped Abandonment. That was my shit when you came out with that. And like I was on that for so long. Um like just everything about it. Then seeing it live I was like, dude, this is something really cool. Like these guys got the thing. And you guys released all your other music and stuff, all stellar tracks. And then you dropped Shadow Work, and I was like, there's something about this, man. There's something really special about this. And dude, I mean, the first thing I noticed, obviously, Maruf's hair is gone. So I'm like, wait a minute.
Bald.
Bald. Bald. But I'm like, that's a new image. That's cool. This is an entirely new sound from what you normally play. Like, there's so much happening all at the same time, and then like you start singing. I was like, wait a minute. This whole this whole band has changed, and the sound is so good. Um, I mean, I was honestly blown away by that. Like when you asked me to do the reaction video, I had never done one before. I was like, I don't want to like have to ham it up for the video and be like inauthentic and stuff. And dude, I was so caught off guard by so much different shit that I didn't have to worry about like, oh, I'm gonna have to fake it for this part. Genuine enthusiasm the entire time. I love the new sound. Um, and you leave so much space to go back to what you guys are known for already. So you could go back to the heavier side of stuff. You could go lighter, but that was the perfect single to drop, and I can't wait to hear what's next because you have me like it's like I'm on a cliffhanger right now, waiting for more music. You know, it's kind of like this band that I don't want to call predictable by any means, but like you had your sound, but you've redefined it now. So it's like I can't wait to hear all areas. I almost hope that you have like a ballady type song in there too. And if you don't,
well, that's for you to find out. you don't know, but I'll send you some teasers eventually.
Oh, don't even tell me, dude.
Dude, I'm going to tell you something about Shadow Work, the lore, another lore secret about, well, not secret, but it wasn't supposed to have clean vocals at all. It was, that melody was kind of supposed to be screamed. And really? I'm just sitting there and I'm like, there was a different lead there that I wrote. I'm like, I wrote this lead like a year and a half ago because I wrote Shadow Work technically like a year prior to actually like recording it. But it's just like, Tom originally didn't like it at the beginning, so I went in there and I'm like, I had Colin come over like, yo, let me rewrite all the riffage, and that's when I added that like all the chugginess and stuff, and really made it like more, I guess, modern sounding because it sounded more like thrashy originally, and then I threw in like a little bit more chugginess and more layers, and then one day I was sitting there. So my vocal melody is usually what I do is I do a dummy track, which I got the idea from Metallica. Like James Hetfield will record like a melody, but it'll be like, oh yeah, the whole time.
Yeah.
And what I do is I do my screams, but I'll do them in syllables. And if I hear words, I do it until it sounds like what I want to hear. And then I fill in the blanks with actual lyrics. Sometimes the lines I say become the lyrics because it's weird. My brain will sometimes speak the lyrics, the message of what I want the actual song to be about. And that's kind of like how half the Shadow Work chorus was kind of like on the spot melody lyrics. And I just redefined a lot of the lyrics. But I originally was like, I don't know, should I try a clean thing? And I was sitting in this room with that microphone. I'm like, well, if I don't try it, I'm never going to know. So I did some very amateur clean vocals, and I was sitting there, I'm like, all right, I did the thing. And I'm like, let me show a couple friends, and a couple of my closest friends were like, dude, this is awesome. And I'm like, wait, really? You're not, tell me if it sucks. And they're like, no, you should do this. So if it wasn't for like my best friend, Scott, I send him like all my stuff, and he literally will tell me if something sucks.
Yeah.
And our old producer, Mike Doyle, who did our EP, I sent him stuff. He'll be brutally honest. So I got a couple friends where I'm like, yo, like, I need some help because when you're the one writing it, it's like different because like you're too close to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the whole lore on like the clean vocals. And let me tell you, after doing clean vocals on one song, then we did clean vocals on another song, and then another song, and
that ties into how we brought Kyle into the band too, because we got such a good reaction from the clean vocals and him doing that he just like he
his
came to me one day and was just like, yo, how would you feel about bringing another guitar player in?
I've always wanted to
doing vocals, and I was like, oh, like if you're cool with that, that's fine.
I brought up the idea because I realized I started feeling more confident in my screams and my cleans, and I'm like, I feel like I need to focus more on power and like running more of like the behind the scenes of the band. But I'm still writing. Like, dude, I got like 15 guitars like right over here. I got a lot of stuff over here, and I literally sit here behind my computer. But anyway. So I'm like, he's like, he's kind of far away. I'm like, how far? He's like 2 hours. I'm like, 2 hours. I'm like, are you sure he wants to do this? He's like, oh, he's willing to do anything. He loves what he hears. He's like, he wants to really, I'm like, if he's cool with it. So I talked on the phone with him, like, dude, I was on the phone with him for 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
We became best friends on the phone. To the point where
I mentioned his name and gave him the contact, and then by the time I had gotten home from Maruf's house, I like looked at my phone and he was like, yo, we've been on the phone for like an hour and a half. And I was like, okay. Sounds good.
Dude, and when he sent me, so he wrote 2 songs. So as being in a band for 10 minutes, we actually used 2 of his songs on this EP. We're like, dude, this sounds exactly what we play, like our style. And I'm like, dude, if you're okay, he's like, dude, I would love to. So we have a song called Bloodshot and a song called Lobos. So, you know, I'm just going to say, so we just shot music videos this weekend.
Yeah.
And yeah, so what I can say is we did Self Decay and Bloodshot. So one was with Eric DiCarlo and one was with Eric Taylor Parker. And that's why I'm still sore right now. Because you gotta, dude, let me tell you, Bloodshot and Lobos are like, that's like exactly the sound like we're trying to, go up into.
Yeah,
it's like perfect. It's like he like knew what we were trying to write. So I don't want to discredit him. He wrote 2 whole songs.
Yeah, even like to the lore of all that stuff and like to the history, he very much just fits like a puzzle piece to that stuff as far as like his writing capability and what he contributes to the band. So I mean, yeah, we're very happy to have him and for what's coming in the future.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear the stuff that he wrote. I can't wait to hear him play. I mean, you guys like you're a band that I've always seen a lot of promise in. So I've always talked your name up a lot,
I know you make me cry.
Don't be a bitch, dude.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
I didn't hear you. You want to say it again?
I said don't be a bitch, dude.
Okay.
Then sit down.
I'm gonna stand up.
I'm fine. No, man. You guys, yeah. I mean, aside from being like some of the coolest dudes that I know, like just rock solid friends, good people. The music that you make has always resonated with me, and I've tried my hardest to keep your name relevant as much as I can on Long Island because you haven't played here in 6 years, 7 years. So I want you guys to be able to come back and have that reception, which, by the way, please come back to Long Island and play.
Oh, we will. We will.
He will be coming back.
Connecticut is the first.
Or just come and chill. Either way, it's going to be a good time. But
dude, so this show was actually Connor's idea. You want to tell him?
Oh, yeah?
Well, yeah. So I've been playing with another band called Dystopica for a couple months now. Who
big shout out for Dystopica, by the way.
very, very much the same kind of vibe. It's more of a classic rock meets modern metal vibe, but I mean, our drummer Christian, the singer Becky, Lucas, Rob, they're all great. I know Maroof knows Rob really well from back in the day.
Oh yeah, we go way back. Since I was like, I think I met, dude, I've known that guy since I was like 15, going to shows, dude.
But yeah, so I mean, I joined this band at a they were in need of a guitar, another guitar player, and joined them when they were at a pretty good point of momentum. They had just put out an EP about a month before and had gotten a lot of momentum off that and their single for Judas Priest's Free Wheel Burning. And so yeah, we're trying to kind of just do as much as possible as we can with them, get things going for Dark After Dawn, and also like put my support into Dystopica and everything as much as we can. So yeah, Dystopica will be headlining at the Cellar on March 14th with Dark After Dawn. And forgive me because I do not remember the two other bands' names off the top of my head, but there are many, many flyers on all of our Instagrams and everything, and I think I've sent you the flyers as well. So
yeah,
and all that. So yeah, everybody's tagged in my Instagram and the Dark After Dawn Instagram, but we're very, very excited for that opportunity from Dystopica to be doing that. And I'm very grateful for them to be letting me like do this with Dark After Dawn with them. So yeah.
Yeah, they got a lot of support for us. You know, they want to, I know for a fact they want to throw us on some more stuff and help us out.
Yeah.
It's really awesome. I've talked to a couple of them, really cool people. Yeah. So I definitely want to be like playing some more shows and stuff. It's a good mix.
And I'll talk to them too. They would absolutely love to come.
Yeah, Becky does some crazy guttural stuff too. And you're like, what? That's it. It's like a cool mix. It's like you got like Rob Halford style, like that fucking powerful, like
I mean, I don't know where it's very much all over the place, but like very for me, it's like everything about it is like up my alley. It's like the fast stuff, the ballady stuff, like the super technical stuff. We even have like some very like progressive-y Dream Theater type stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they got time signatures at 6/7.
You get out of here with that shit.
No.
I knew he was going to say that.
Come on, man. I work with some Zoomers, bro. I got to.
Dude, my nephew started doing that shit a couple months ago. I was like, don't you dare.
So what you got to do is, listen, man, what you got to do is you got to do it a lot to the point where they think you're lame and they stop doing it.
Yeah.
So I do it a lot at work to piss them off, and then eventually they stop doing it. They don't do it anymore.
Back to Dystopica real quick, by the way. I shouted it out on this week's episode of the podcast, but this won't be airing for probably 3-4 weeks, but I'll mention it again. Absolutely. Huge congratulations, man. That Rockfest gig is massive. When I was reading the lineup, like I saw Gojira's headlining, I saw Hatebreed, I saw Machine Head. Dude, I'm like, this is a dream lineup to just be at. And then Dystopica is like a part of that lineup, dude. Every second about that day, just document it.
Oh no, dude, 100%. I'm already planning on like vlogging the whole thing and just like doing like full setup of, because we're gonna be putting together a lot more shows around it for a sort of like mini 3-week stretch run. So Yeah, I mean, all of that will be documented. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on with that.
Are you guys staying for the whole weekend, or are you just there for the day?
It's not totally sure yet, but it looks like we're going to be there for at least the first 2 days. We're going to
Cool.
probably get in the night before. And then, yeah, because we're opening the main stage. We're the first band of the day.
Wow.
On the main stage at like, I believe the set time is 11:30 to like 12:10 or something like that, which is kind of crazy for like a first time festival band getting 40 minutes on the main stage. But like,
that's still awesome.
And then, yeah, we have the whole day. We have the whole day basically with all access to the festival, and then the rest of the weekend if we choose. So I think we are probably going to take the second day just to kind of like hang out and take it all in.
Yeah.
But
dude, yeah, I mean, see as much as you possibly can, meet whoever you can.
Truly, like it's unbelievably surreal. Like,
dude, don't forget you're playing that same day. You're playing with Guilt Trip. They're awesome,
dude. Literally,
Guilt Trip is like on that day. You got to catch it, man. They're so good.
Well, yeah, I think they're headlining one of the other stages.
And just for totally selfish reasons, if you run into anybody from Machine Head or Gojira, pass my name along.
Believe me, I am going to be trying to all day.
Just remember that's Face the Music podcast based out of Long Island, New York.
This Rob's
dressing room. I also play Dark After Dawn.
Nah, dude, I would love to interview Rob Flynn, but I'm pretty sure I'd shit my pants like if I ever had the opportunity to.
I'm gonna get you some diapers, man. Adult diapers, and you'll be good, man.
Yeah, he'll never know.
I mean,
he did wear some on stage. Remember, he's like, the show will go on. You remember that?
What was the thing again?
Dude, there was like a show where Rob Flynn was having like us.
Yes.
He wore No, I give him props, man. He still played.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, no, I missed the first part of what you said before. No, yeah, that's dude, nightmare scenario.
Nightmare, but you know what? He still played. But you know what? I don't think I want to be standing next to him.
No. Did you see? I forget who it was. Was it Lola Young at Coachella or something last year? She like threw up and passed out on stage.
What?
Dude, she got like crazy stage fright, like threw up next to the stage and then passed out cold.
Oh my!
Like just from fear and anxieties.
Oh my God.
Crazy
that
shit.
Sounds like something that would happen at Coachella.
Yeah, 100%. But like, dude, it's just nuts to think about like setting foot on a stage like that if you're not ready for it. If you underestimate what you're gonna be doing, and then you're just like, oh God, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna puke. Like,
dude,
horrible.
There's always that weird thing in your head. It's like, yo, what if they boo you off stage?
So yeah, 100%.
And I think it's gonna be a good opportunity for you guys, man. But I'm very excited for you. And I can't wait to hear how it goes. But yeah, man, like
I would bring you all if I could.
I have thought about how many different ways I could try to get out there for the show, dude. And like I can't make it work. I don't have a job still, which is inconceivable to me that it's been over a year and I still can't find work. But that goes hand in hand with like no money. So yeah, so Wisconsin unfortunately is gonna have to wait for me, but I would be paying very close attention to like your social media, your Snapchat, all that kind of shit that day. But yeah, I mean,
we'll definitely be out on the island.
Yeah, I have some stuff in the works that I was gonna talk to you guys about, but yeah, we'll talk off camera about that kind of stuff. But yeah, so March 14th is gonna be the first show that you guys play in now. How long has it been? 5 years.
So when it comes to Dark After Dawn, our last show I believe was like November or December of like 2024. That's when I played. So it was me.
That's way more recent than I thought.
So it was like a little over a year ago. So Michael actually came. So the thing is, like, Michael came back to play that show.
Yeah.
Just to help us out. I was like, all right, last show for the year, Big Bang. We had Michael, we had Tom, and then we had Connor Koch with us. So it's kind of like, all right, like we were like basically almost close to like, you know, everyone on the album. And I'm like, all right, we got the set list. It's practice. Everything was fun. We played the show. And then, you know, it was fun. We played at Clemson Brewing Bros Company or something. No, Clemson Brewery Brothers in Middletown, which is like essentially kind of like our home base, Middletown, because that's kind of like we're technically from Orange County, sort of.
It's actually where I saw Dystopica the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun little place. You know, we played there, and then after that, it was kind of like that's when after that it was like literally just all right. We need to write. We never sit down and write. We just because that year. Dude, we played like 18 shows that year.
Damn.
Dude, I was like literally like putting in PTO slips like every like 3 weeks. Yo, I got this show. They're like, where you go? I'm like, I'm going to Brooklyn. I'm going to this, dude. We were like just playing so many shows, but the problem is, yeah, you could play shows and stuff, but like we weren't writing anything.
Yeah.
So like I said, all right, no shows, right? So I wrote I wrote like 2 songs, and then I told you the lore earlier about Connor coming back. So that's like that. But with Connor, dude, what's the last show you played with us, dude? That was that.
Not probably the one in Poughkeepsie before COVID.
Yeah, because then our first show was at. Yeah, that was that.
And that was like. Yeah, like we didn't play any shows for a while, and then probably like a year later was when we finished the album, and then and then started getting into like the final production parts of the album.
Dude, it's been a while, man, and I'm like really happy to like be on the stage with Connor again, and also like all my new friends like Kyle.
Yeah.
And now, so our bass player, our friend that's playing bass with us, Eddie, he's not home right now. He actually lives with me. So, you know, he's going to be playing with us that night. And we also have a special guest playing drums with us right now. He tracked Self Decay. No, my bad. Alfredo tracked Self Decay, Refusal, and Shadow Work. And then our buddy, so Ryan Hilario, he's he played in Pyrexia, and he played in Necroptic Engorgement. I don't know if you heard those bands.
Pyrexia I've heard of.
And I believe another band too, but like dude's like a machine. Dude, he's like a machine, man. And I didn't know he lives so close. Dude, I remember like I seen his band when I was like a teenager, like one of his other bands. I'm like, dude, this guy's like amazing. He had a drum rack, and he had like a floor tom as a bass drum. He had like this condensed setup, and it was just like blast beats. Everything was like a machine. And then I bump into him like, yo, man, I'm like, we need a drummer, man. You want to help us out? And now he's like, yo, I'll play the show. And I'm like, wait, you'll play the show? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, so we're gonna play some shows with him, and you know, I'm excited, man, because like with all the combined talent, you know, it's like, you know, with a couple practice, we're gonna have our first band practice probably in like, you know, I don't know, we got to schedule it, but dude, like having a band practice is gonna be insane.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, even if it's like with like an electronic drum set and stuff, it's just the fact that like we're actually we're gonna be performing practically like. What is it? We're doing how many EP songs, new EP songs are we going to play? Like 3, right? We're doing Shadowwork, Self Decay, and Bloodshot. Yeah. We're playing 3 songs from the EP that are not even like, only one of them are released, you know?
Yeah.
And then we're playing 2 songs from the album. So it's a short set, but you know what they say, you know, give them a little. Oh man, that's going to be. Oh man, I'm just like getting goosebumps thinking about like
we got new merch, a lot of new merch.
Well, yeah, we got some, but once we figure out, once we get these finances out of the way from being super broke from recording all this stuff,
yep,
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk
Never
about it.
going to financially recover from this.
I don't. But you know what? Like, let me tell you, man. Randy Pascarella Recordings. This guy is like, dude, working with this producer, man. Like, we bring him ideas and all this stuff. We send him like the scratch, dude. He like takes our music to the next level.
He might as well be like another member of the band.
Really? I feel like he's a secret, like extra member of every like project, he like records, dude.
Had some really good input, like extreme.
Dude, he like, so when he sent us the master for that last song, like Refusal, dude, like he literally like he threw in stuff that like I'm like, wait, this is cool. I didn't even know. Intro Self Decay, that effect he put in.
Yeah.
It's just like he literally just said, hey, if you don't like stuff, I'll take it out. But that piano part was added later, when you left. You had to leave early, but I thought it was a cool touch.
Yeah. Nah, dude, I literally love everything he does.
Dude, it's like we can bring him something that's like okay, and it'll be like, dude, this is like a masterpiece now. I'm like, what'd you do? And I didn't do anything. I just made 2 suggestions, and I'm like, and then recording with Eric DiCarlo, like the music video guy. Oh, dude, he's
you struck gold this year, you guys. Yeah.
Well, I think everyone that we paid struck gold.
Wow.
You're just like, yes.
But it's just the fact that
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
The stars aligned for you to have access, first of all. Like, money aside, people will do things for money, but like you would assume that, people that are well known like that would have a certain demand to them, and you've had access on a pretty easy level.
So it's weird. So here's the lore on that. So Randy Pascarella, so I've known him for actually a long time. Yeah. My best friend Kevin, who's in Asuna, which they're a metalcore band from this area. They record with them. There's a band called Feed the Addiction. They record. I've known Randy for a long time. I've always wanted to record with them, but the thing is, like I said back then, the types of jobs I have, I couldn't afford stuff. Even his rates, like, dude, like, I'm not knocking his rates at all. It's like you get what you pay for. Even what we're paying for now, I feel like we're getting a lot more for what we're paying for, man. Like, he's just so, what I mean? It's just like, and then finally I'm like, dude, I literally like sent him an email. He's like, you don't have to email me, man. Send me a message. He's like, you're my friend. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then literally first thing he said to me when I saw him in the studio, he's like, dude, finally, after all these years, we're actually recording together. And then with Eric, it's like, I've been talking to that guy for years. I wasn't like his close friend or anything, but like I've always been chatting with him about music here and there. And I'm like, I want to do a video. And then it's like, I've literally asked for quotes from him like at least 3 times over the past like probably like 4 or 5 years. And then I'm like, I finally want to do a video. Let's do it. Like, whatever your price is, I'll pay. And then like, it just kind of happened, man. You're some cool dudes, man. Yeah. Like, I don't know what it is. I just happen to like bump into some of the coolest people ever. And I just get these really awesome opportunities. I don't know what it is.
We're going back a while here, but didn't you used to deliver to Van Williams too?
Bro, I was working FedEx Ground, and I remember so it was a weird day. I was actually like kind of having like a rough day, and I'm like, who's ordering like 7 boxes from Sweetwater? And I'm like going up to the front door carrying it, and I read the name. I'm like, that's an odd name. And I look up, dude with long black hair, tattoos, and a hoodie and sunglasses. And I'm like, and he's like looking at me. He's like, "Yo, you good?" I'm like, "Dude, you're the drummer of Nevermore." He's like, FedEx guys like metal. I'm like, I'm listening to your band like 20 minutes ago. So then he's like, I took a photo with him and he gave me a Ghost Ship Octavius CD. And dude, so that day went from shitty to like, dude, like I'm smiling, working my shitty job, and I'm like, I met the drummer of Nevermore. Dude, I love Nevermore. They're one of my favorite bands.
I think that's what connected me and you originally.
After that.
Dude, I remember telling you, and you're like, what? because I heard rumors that he lived in Newburgh, but I didn't think I delivered to his house. I'm like, bro, I'm like, out of all the people, I delivered to this guy.
He's officially back out on the road this year too.
I actually messaged him. I was like, dude, I'm so happy for you and Jeff, man. I know you guys will like do it right. You know, like I know for a fact, like whoever you guys pick to play with you guys, I know it's going to be great. And like, cause those two guys are the goats, man. You know, rest in peace, World Dane, man. Like I love World Dane. Like I love the solo project and everything. But I know these guys they're gonna honor his memory, man. So
yeah,
you know, that's that's how I feel about the whole thing. You know, those guys typically are like the drummer and that guitar player. They're like this, man. They need to play with each other musically.
That's
man.
what actually Christian, our drummer from Dystopica, is at right now, and he said he ran into them earlier today.
Really?
Dude, that's so sick.
I don't know about the drummer, but Jeff is there. He said like it's literally just filled with famous people.
Damn.
Dude, that is sick.
Dude, that's one of the things I've been looking forward to the most about this year is finding out who's gonna round out the band for Nevermore. You know.
I have some ideas. I had a weird feeling that they would like, since the whole Ice Dirt thing, I had a weird feeling that Stu Block might be a contender, man. Because like he's got the range.
Yeah.
And
that's not bad.
That's it. I don't know. I think that's a pretty good guess, but it could just be like somebody that like completely isn't even like famous or like even in a band too.
So the thing that I was thinking of is they could go complete left field with this and get Alyssa White from Arch Enemy.
That's also a thing too.
Because Jeff left Arch Enemy, she left Arch Enemy.
Yeah,
she's doing a smaller project now, but it's not really doing anything.
Didn't she know World Dane too?
I don't know. Probably.
I'm not sure. I know, like after Nevermore, man, it just felt like a really depressing path for him.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You could hear it in the lyrics in his music, man. It was some deep stuff.
Yeah, man. Worrell, for what I read, he went back to cooking. He was a chef after the band broke up.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
I hit him up because I was going through the same shit. Like, I was in I forget what band, dude. I think it had to have been Logan's Room, but I was super conflicted with like what I wanted to do with life, and like Logan's Room was the first time where I actually felt inspired to do something with music that could possibly be bigger than myself. There was so much potential there, and just the whole thing fell apart, and that sucks. But like, I didn't want to go back to being a normal dude. I didn't want to go get like a 9 to 5 job and like, have to request my time off. I'd rather just work a retail job that I didn't care about. And I saw that Warren Dane had gone back to cooking. I have a cooking background too. And I was like, dude, I mean, for what it's worth, it's inspirational to know that you could be who you are and still go back to something like a trade, like cooking, and remain yourself. You know, you still have your own identity. He never answered. I didn't expect him to, but he also died very shortly after that. So,
dude, I felt that when he
went. Yeah, that was a big one, man. That was one of the first big ones for for this generation anyway. You know.
Did you see what his solo band did? They put together all the recordings of his vocals, and they had permission to release the second solo album for World Dane. And dude, it was so dark, man. And let me tell you, it was incredible. It had a lot of Nevermore-ish tones to it. It was really heavy, but it was like they covered the Hanging Garden by The Cure. It sounded nothing like the Hanging Garden.
Wow.
you have to check it out. It's like it sounds like it almost sounds like Nevermore covered it, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, he is one of the best vocalists that I've ever seen. He was incredible. Like sincerely incredible.
From Sanctuary in the 80s all the way to finding this new voice.
I saw them on Gigantor, on the first Gigantor, and that was on like This Godless Endeavor.
Oh,
Um, dude,
I
it
wish
was
I was there.
it was incredible. Like I hadn't known much about them at that point. I didn't know a lot about metal at that point because that was 2004. That's when I really started like finding my way in it. Um, but yeah, dude, seeing them live, I was like, this is just like a religious experience.
Was Chris Broderick playing with them?
Uh, no, Broderick, I think, was playing with Megadeth
Oh
at that
shit!
point.
Because I remember.
That was when Loomis
Yeah,
when
that
he was
was like
a
right
kid.
after Dialectic Chaos or whatever it was.
Damn.
I
Because I
know
remember
that
Broderick was with them for a while.
I know the big thing on that festival was that Jeff Loomis tried out for Megadeth and he was told he's too young. And he went and formed Nevermore and he ended up opening for Megadeth and quite honestly blew them off the fucking stage. Um but
He
yeah, dude.
wasn't too young. He was too good.
I listen, dude, after all the other musicians that Dave has hired through the years, I don't know if too good has ever been a thing. Because like he's never had bad players in his band.
No.
Every
That is
single one
that
has
is
outshined
true.
him. Um even the dude he's got now, Timo Montessori, dude is incredible.
Oh, he's
Um, and it pisses me off because they wait until the final album to put a dude that's that good that could play as clean as him and write the songs that they're writing, and that's the last we get of Megadeth.
mm-hmm.
Like, not to say that anything that they've written is bad. I mean, except for Super Collider, that was really the shittiest that they could have put
Quite
out.
dude. I don't like that
I'm
album.
gonna take you
Nah,
higher, my super collider.
dude, like it's between that and I'm the Table for who's got the worst lines.
Whoa, 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 whoa! At least I am the table is fun.
It is fun.
I am the view. I am the table. I am the table. And then Lou Reed's like, I pushed you down to the floor. I picked up the cup.
I think I messaged you about that recently, right?
I just sat there. I just enjoyed it. I was like, I don't hate this. I just enjoyed it because it was just fun. And I'm like,
It was so stupid, dude.
yeah, but at the same time, it was like, like I just can't, I can't look away. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just, and then watching a music video, it was just so like serious, and I'm like, all right,
I didn't listen to Lulu. I couldn't stomach it.
I
But
have to like, I definitely have to watch that music video again.
it was really recent. Me and Rosalie went out like 7:30 in the morning to go get coffee somewhere. And
Yeah.
We pull up to Starbucks. Actually, it might have been like either I think it was like Christmas Day or New Year's Day. It was like a day that we really shouldn't have been out going to get coffee because I felt like a dick doing it. But we're pulling up to Starbucks and I hear the song on the radio. It's like, oh, don't even tell me this is the song. She's like, what song? And I just turned it up. I was like, this is the singer of my favorite band. And that's right at the I am the table part. I was like,
I am.
it's like James Hetfield woke up one day and thought that this was a good lyric to pick for the song. But yeah, dude, nah, that's a mess. What a friggin' mess. But
Oh my god. Yeah.
but yeah, no, I think that the new Megadeth comes out tomorrow,
I
two
want to
days.
hear that Ride the Lightning. I want to
Same.
hear that.
Yeah.
I'm curious to
Oh,
hear
is that
what
what it is? I wasn't. I
Yeah,
never found out what the cover was gonna be.
they're gonna play.
it's
Dave
Dave's
Mustaine's
version.
Ride the Lightning.
Oh, this is gonna
They're
be
play-
fun
Watch, it's just the original Ride the Lightning with Mustaine's vocals on
Yep.
and faster.
it. Before my eyes, now I'm here to die.
He's
You
actually
like no
gonna
bass.
he's gonna be here for an autograph signing the day that the album comes out at Looney Tunes in West Babylon.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So if you buy the album, you get admission to the event. I'm like, again, I'm broke, so I can't go, but it's just, excuse me, sorry. it's one of those things where it's like that's my last chance to meet Dave Mustaine, and I know it is, but I'm kind of good with not meeting him.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't exactly been my favorite musician all these years, but I'm glad he's doing one more.
I
And
liked his guitars a lot. He had some really cool, like his Angel of
yeah,
Death and his Gears of War V. Those are cool.
yeah, I mean, the paint jobs on his instruments are incredible.
But
But you can say the same about Hetfield. You can say the same about like anyone who's got like conceptual design on their guitars. Um, but yeah, Dave's at least in terms of like mass production, pretty sick. You know.
oh yeah,
Um, I read today that Dave actually wants to do a tour with Metallica to close out.
what?
Yeah,
That would be sick.
he wants to do. He feels that that would be the best form of
Closure.
closure. Yeah, he
Dude,
wants to
people have
do.
been waiting for them to do the Big Four again for so long.
They were going to do it too until Dave started talking a bunch of shit on Metallica again.
I know. I remember it
I,
was in like
I
it was in
wrote
like
that.
2019 or
I wrote
2020.
that.
Yeah, Dave's just like, I wrote that song.
Wait.
We know, Dave.
First album, wrote them all. First album, wrote them all.
Wrote the Lightning, Master of Writers.
What's that song called? It's like Cthulhu's
Yeah.
Oh, Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Mustaine.
Yeah. Call of Dave wrote that.
Call me Dave.
For whom the Dave tolls.
Yeah. Creeping Dave.
whoa, wait. Whoa, yeah. Wait, the other Dave, right?
Other Dave.
Oh, you didn't hear about that weird stuff?
Wait, what?
Elson.
Oh God.
Anyway.
That's the one thing that I've been waiting for all this time is for Dave to be like, I wrote Creeping Death, buddy. Like hell you did.
Yeah, but I alternate picked it.
But Kirk wrote that when he was in Exodus.
Yeah.
It's so crazy seeing like I'm basically swap around band members.
Yeah.
And it's like Gary was in this band and then they got this guy. Kirk went to Metallica and it's like you just see like the line. It's even like with like In Flames and Dark Tranquility, they literally swap vocalists. Testament and Exodus, they swap vocalists. That's like so crazy, man.
So when I was talking to Chris Contos last year, he was telling me about all that. Sorry, my voice is getting gravelly. He was telling me that way back then it didn't matter who played with who. Like the band was the band, the songs were the songs. You're gonna make me yawn again, dude. You gotta stop doing that.
I see my cat like yawning, so I'm like
But he was telling me that like, at that time you did what you had to do to help the scene out. If Testament needed a drummer, they're not going to cancel the show. They're going to hit up every drummer they know and they'll find someone to fill in for that show. That's how Chris ended up playing with Testament, is that they needed a guy. But he's like, that was the same thing with Metallica. It was the same with Machine Head, with Slayer, with Exodus. Like you filled in if you were asked to fill in.
Kerry King and Megadeth.
Dude, I mean, wasn't Kerry? He was in
he played like one show with them, I think, too. There's like a photo of Kerry King with hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cursed image, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, like it's one of those things where like you don't really consider, oh well, this band is changing out a member. It's like, no, they needed a fill in for the night. And that's just how it goes. And sometimes it sticks. Like at this point, who hasn't Gene Hoglan played with? He's played with every Bay Area thrash band.
Bro, sure. I bet he has like a list. He's like, I just got to play with this one, and then I'm like, I fit like the whole California scene.
Exactly. It's like I just went from warehouse to warehouse in California.
Hey, Gene, play with Dark After Dawn. Oh shit, he said.
What artists like made you? Same question I asked Kyle before. What artist made you say this is what I want to do? Like, necessarily play guitar, but metal, like find this genre and claim it to be so fascinating for yourselves?
And for me, I really my first like memory of wanting to like do this kind of music, I want to say was because of the Transformers 2 Revenge of the Fallen soundtrack.
What?
I'm listening.
It was Linkin Park's New Divide was on that.
Oh, that was sick.
It was Burn It Down by Nickelback, and I forget what else, what the song was, but it was an All American Reject song. But like when you bought the album, like with the actual disc, it came with the music video downloads. And I remember seeing the music video for Burn It Down and then New Divide.
Yeah,
And I literally like I didn't want to do anything else.
Oh, damn. I remember
that's so
seeing
dope,
that.
dude.
I'm pretty sure I had already been playing guitar for a few years at that point, but it was really just like kind of in school and like out of sheet music and classical stuff like that.
So you were trained on guitar then?
Yeah, I had been taking lessons, I think, because
Okay.
I want to say I was probably like 12 or 13 when I got that album, and I think I started taking lessons around 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool. So your intro to metal guitar was Linkin Park and Nickelback.
Pretty much, yeah.
I can't tell you how much I love that. Because, dude, I have been swinging for Nickelback
It speaks to who I
for
am really, really
25
well.
years now. I have been up to bat for Nickelback since How You Remind Me came out.
Dude, Nickelback is
And
great. Nickelback are they wouldn't have won that many awards if they weren't good.
Nickelback rules, and so does Linkin Park. But like, yeah, man, Nickelback, they are the undisputed kings
But
of
how do
riff.
you cover Sabbath True and play it heavier than the band that wrote it?
I mean, that's not a
Maybe,
lie.
maybe because Dave Mustaine wrote it.
Come on.
Yeah, they at their live shows, I don't you've seen them live, right? Safe to
Yeah.
assume. All right. Um Back when they were doing Pyro, they had
Mhm.
Pantera's guy doing Pyro for them.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So when like they had Pantera teammates working for Nickelback, for Pyro, for sound, all that kind of shit. But they would also cover Cowboys from Hell at damn near every single show they did. But they started out as a metal cover band.
Yeah.
Something a lot of people don't realize is that they are not just some schmucks that wrote a couple love songs. Like they paid their dues. Like
Oh
they
yeah.
they they put in work. And like I mean,
Oh,
they're
dude, Chad Kroger is one of the best guitar players. Like
he's yeah, he legitimately is an incredible
as
guitar
far as
player.
like blues metal guitar players, like of all time.
Yeah. He's up there for sure. I would put him probably top 50.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, he nah, he's incredible. And like the rest of the guys too. Like they know how to write a song,
Yeah.
which is what challenges the norm is that like they're commercially successful. So they could write a song that's heavy as balls, like Side of a Bullet, but they could also write a song like Far Away and
Yeah.
just rake in money for it. But even with Side of a Bullet, like they wrote the song, but they compiled, I think it was 10 of Dime's solos
Yeah.
and made the guitar solo into what it is on the record. They don't ever play
Uh,
that.
that's insane.
Yeah, it's not a recorded solo. That's straight off of Dimebag Darrell takes. And it's a compilation that they formed together to make that solo. And when they play the song live, they just play the track. They don't even like attempt playing the solo.
That's awesome. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude, they were huge Pantera fans, really good friends with Dime. Um, and that's something else that metalheads need to like get off of a little bit is that like you can shit on them all you want, but dude, Dime was an endorsement for them. Like he was good friends with them. So
Yeah.
if it's good enough for Dimebag Darrell, dude, like, come on. Yeah, New Divide was a really cool song. Like at its core, was a really cool song. And Burn It to the Ground is just an ass kicker. It's a great drinking song.
Yeah. I love both of those songs so much.
But I have to ask you though, because to go from that, like, that's I mean, drop C sharp riffing and drop B riffing. To go from that to the shit that I see you playing,
Yeah.
like, I don't know how you got there, man. I don't like there's obvious like metalcore influence in there because like
Oh yeah.
Oh
everything
yeah.
I see you play is like Ali and like the New England scene, like the As I Lay Dyings and fucking All That
Oh yeah.
Remains, all that kind of shit. But I will say this on record, man. You're one of the best guitarists that I've ever heard play. So like the fact that you're back
Thank
in
you.
Dark
Well,
After Dawn, man. You can even ask Maroof. I was like, yo, thank God he's back. Like
Yeah, he even agrees too. Mr.
no
Peanut.
no disrespect to anyone else that's ever been in the band. It's just that you can't really replace some people, man.
No,
So
no,
trust me, man,
listen, man.
I'm like, I wish I had never left, honestly.
Listen, man, stuff happens for a reason, and
yeah,
not bashing all the people that were in the band. They had their time and place, and much respect to them. Like I had fun with them. Just stuff happens. The universe has a weird way because, like back then, when all that stuff happened, where your life was going this way and I was this way, I feel like we were both like different people back then. Now it's like, I'm like a homeowner now. It's weird, man.
Yeah,
I
no,
do
man,
I
we're
do stuff for
adults.
like I'm like dude, I do stuff on like aerospace and all that stuff too. Like dude, I like sucked at everything like blue collar and everything many years ago. Now it's like I'm doing cool stuff and
yeah.
I'm like work and then it's like music. I don't even play video games anymore. I'm just like, well, I can play video games or I can go write a song. And
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here like editing stuff because I just started messing with recording softwares for the past like couple years very heavily.
Yeah.
So like we basically demo out everything we're gonna do for the studio, and then we send it to the producer, and then we send him scratch tracks to literally skip 2 hours of like messing around
Yeah.
and everything. So now it's like
Yeah, we just
it's
bang it out.
it's like literally we just show up and it's like, all right, let's track drums, and then we literally just spend all the time fine tuning everything.
Yeah.
It it's I don't know, man. It just feels like it's right now, like we just resumed, man, because the last recording release was the album. And it's like literally it was just a bunch of live shows. Now it's like Shadow Work, first single, and it's like Connor's back.
Yeah.
Like the next recording. And it's like it's kind of like we never stopped, you know?
It feels like you never stopped. It feels like there was never that bridge in there, but I think that you're kind of like you're hitting the nail on the head, dude. Like you do have to
Yeah,
separate sometimes to become stronger. And
exactly.
dude, I mean, anyone could tell you, man, like absence does something to friendships, to relationships. It makes it come back that much better, you know. Um and I'm glad to see you guys working together again. It feels right as a fan, and like it's a cool thing to see. And you're both so much further ahead with your songwriting and your own personal skills now than you were. So coming back to bring something else to the table, it's something really special that just from shadow work alone, I could tell you it's you have the thing again, It's the fire that I could see with you guys. It's
It
something
just
really cool.
feels so right now. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like and it's like it's like everything is like we're like actually it's weird. So like yeah, we had fun as friends and we were tight, but like this is like the tightest bond I had with like Connor and also like Kyle being new. It's like we're all like really tight friends now. It's like I don't know, man. It's just like everything feels super more intimate with our music and everything we do now. It just everything feels very right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain. It's like the bond, man. It's like everything we do. It's like it's just so cool.
You just got to make sure that you like nurture that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And don't let anyone come into the band and dick with your vibe either. Like if
I
you
I don't
agree, if you
I
three
sort of
got a
put my
good
foot
thing
down.
going, man, like make sure that's your core forever, you know. I
Dude,
don't
I
gotta
put my
tell you,
foot
man.
down.
You've been doing this shit longer than I have at this point. Like,
Dude, I put my foot down. I don't let anyone like bully or belittle or anything. I'm like, regardless who you are, like, say if Connor is being unfair, I'm gonna call Connor out, man. You know, it's not right. And dude, I would expect the same from anyone else if I'm being a dick too. You
yeah,
know what? And I will try to be man enough and fucking own up to being a piece of shit, like, because you know what? I'm too old to just like be like, "Ah, rah, rah, rah." No, no,
no,
no, it's your fault. It's like, well, that's kind of like what shadow work is kind of about. It's like a call out to my early 20s and stuff, and I feel like that resonates with everyone else in the band. It's like that old self and talking about the past and stuff. There's actually a lot of messages in these songs, like it's self decay, bloodshot. Like you read the lyrics, it's like, dude, you're just getting a taste of like what we're talking about,
yeah.
and we're actually writing a second EP like right now
Oh,
as
that's
we're
so dope.
finishing up our first one, dude. We
Yeah.
got so much to say, man. Like,
Actually, that's one of the things I wanted to ask you about too, with lyrically is, what is it that you're trying to say with this EP? Because I know that thematically, you write about a lot of different things, but what what is it that you want people to know about you that you're writing about in these songs?
so this EP, we named the EP, was it Buried Light?
Yeah.
So basically started with shadow work. So it's obviously it's like a lot of like stuff in the past, fighting your demons, overcoming your demons, but also the voice of the demon, what the demon is saying, and it's
Okay.
like everything coming with that, you know. What is it? Me and Connor actually write the lyrics. Actually, are like basically writing all the lyrics together. Like I'm sitting here literally recording the vocals. He's throwing lines. I'm throwing lines.
I
Very
mean,
cool.
yeah, I would
Yeah, you
definitely
tell me.
say that like a lot of this stuff is more personal to all of us, like that,
Yeah.
like being Kyle and Eddie and even Ryan too.
Yeah, Kyle was here actually
Kind
on a
of a
writing
very
session too.
much a culmination, I would say, of just kind of all the things that we've gone through individually over the last few years and experienced through other people and
Yeah,
things like that. I mean, we landed on the name Buried Light for the EP after we had kind of like sat and talked and like had all the songs together,
Hmm.
and it really spoke to us because we don't have lyrics completely for Lobos yet, but we have an idea for like thematically what that song is going to be about, and all of these songs kind of tie into sort of the theme of like overcoming adversity
Hmm.
and things
yep,
like that, and just sticking it out and finding your way with the help of other, be it other people or religious aspect or whatever it may be, but like
yeah.
just kind of
You know, is this
finding those things that like push you forward rather than back.
is this lyrically different from what you've done in the past?
I would say a bit. We've always kind
A
of
little.
on
It's
these
like I feel like
things
it
like
evolves.
self
Like we,
Hmm.
improvement and self reflection, I would say.
Well,
because
I mean, in terms of like how you guys write lyrics, though, is that always how you've done it? Is
it's no, it's been
collaborative?
different.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
We actually wrote a lot of the lyrics were sometimes written before the song was even written. Like
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Abandonment, those lyrics were actually written before. So I had like a baseline for like what Abandonment Foundation would be, and
Yeah.
then what is it? They had the lyrics, and then we started piecing it together, and then we took away some lines after we put it together. This is like we're writing the instrumentals, and then literally I'm making like I spend like 2 3 weeks making a vocal melody,
Hmm.
and then we come in, me and Connor, sometimes Kyle's here, and we're just like, all right, I got a couple lines, what do you think? And then he writes some stuff, and then I'll literally track it on the spot. We'll do sometimes it'll be a couple sessions before all the lyrics are done. It's like it works really well this way, honestly. Like I actually had a weird like epiphany where I'm like, dude, I got some lyric ideas because we couldn't figure out a chorus for Bloodshot. And I spent like 2 hours and I literally demoed out and tracked all the lyrics for the chorus. And dude, it was like some like crazy deep shit.
Yeah.
It's probably my best clean vocal. It's actually my best clean vocal work on this EP. And I can't wait to like show you that, man. It's like insane. I had my vocal coach come into the studio, and Randy's a vocalist too. So they're like helping me, like, they're like, yo, man, keep doing this. Just in the background.
That is like the one thing I have to say, like in the process of like doing all this stuff, the amount of like of skill that we like everyone has like taken their shit to the next level, and it's just like it's been insane to watch and like be a part of.
Oh, dude.
Well, that's kind of what I was talking about before with like the sound, having that it factor is that.
Oh yeah.
Having heard everything you guys have done up until this point, and then hearing Shadow work in the best way possible, it is some of the most mature writing. Like it's like you guys took some time away and came back, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna write like we belong in the big leagues now. Um, take with that what you need to, but I think that sets a huge precedent on what we could look forward to from you guys, and the anticipation is huge. I can't wait for the rest of this EP, for everything you guys got going on after
Me
it.
too, man. When I was young, like I didn't fit into many hobbies, man.
Yeah.
But like, so like, dude, I got Guitar Hero 3 when I was in like middle school. And like I was just getting into like bands like Green Day, like old Green Day and stuff. And like, dude, I felt like I had like no purpose. Yeah. And it was just depressing with like, a lot of people have some family problems. It was a rough childhood. I got to Guitar Hero because it looked cool. I'm like, dude, that's a guitar controller. And I started playing. And I'm like, I got so obsessed with it to the point where I finally got a guitar. And I played guitar for a while, and I sucked so bad, I gave up playing guitar, and I started playing drums. So I was a drummer for like a good chunk of years during most of my high school years. And then I switched over to guitar because I found drummers. Yeah, that's a weird thing. I found a lot of drummers, but I couldn't find good guitar players that wanted to play my vision.
Right.
So then eventually I started Dark After Dawn. And I'm like, I need a vocalist, but I guess if I did some metalcore screaming covers, like, dude, like Pray for Plagues, Bring Me Horizon, and all that stuff, all that like angsty like metalcore. I'm like, you know what? If I try it and I fail, guess what? Whatever, I tried. And then now it's like I'm doing vocals of like, I don't even. If you told me this years ago, I'd be doing vocal ranges of stuff like this, you'd be like, what the hell? But like it was basically like Guitar Hero and like lots of like Metallica. Because like I always saw Papa Het is like a huge influence. And then like Tom Araya, just like, the power frontman with the instrument commanding the crowd. I'm like, bro, I want to be on that stage, and I want to like Mil Petrosa just being like Circle Pit. And dude, we had some moments like when we played the Chance and it was like a sold out show. I just saw like a Circle Pit. Dude, when we played with Connor, when we opened up for Devil Driver, that was the nastiest pit we ever started.
I remember that. That shit was stupid.
Bro, like, oh my God. What? Oh yeah, and I think, did we play Davidian at that show?
Maybe.
I think we might have, because I think that was like the perfect cover for that show. Oh my God. But yeah, dude, it's just, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know what I would do without like playing the music. Like I remember like for a period of time, like I wasn't doing music and I just felt like mentally, like I was falling apart. I'm like, so what? This is what people do. People do their 9 to 5. And then what do? They watch TV and just do it all again the next day. I felt like my purpose in life was just like, people do this every day until they die. And I'm like, I felt like I was missing something. That's why I do the music. Like a lot of people, man, it just I don't care if I make it big or not. I want to just do it, man, because I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's just.
Well, anything that I could do to help you guys, you got me at your disposal.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah, dude. We gotta, next video we shoot, we gotta have you come to the video.
Oh, dude, I'd love that.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some pyro.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
Our guy's like, yo, man, he looked at the location. He's like, what people do pyro in here? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay.
You got a spare 20 grand lying around.
I will tell you this. Even though like it seems like we're going this way with our sound, and like there actually is a song on this EP that it's literally sounds like something that would have been off our first album, but it's like the evolution, like it's following the path we're going. There's no cleans in it or anything. It's just straight up aggressive.
That's what I meant before, is that like Shadowwork sets such a good middle of the road precedent that like it could leave you guessing for either side of that for the rest of the EP, for the rest of your career. You could go back to the super like thrashy heavy shit, or you can go complete polar opposite and go lighter with it, or you could say middle of the road with Shadowwork, which is perfect anyway.
So on you guys, we're a ska band now.
What's up?
Joke's on you, we're a ska band now.
No one sees that coming.
Yo, we're gonna be on the new Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack. Okay,
let's start it up, dude.
Yeah, Midwest emo.
Yo, my Midwest emo band with Connor is called Side Table Drawer.
Dude,
it's a good band name.
Guys, it was such a pleasure getting to hang out and talk for a little bit.
Yeah.
Good luck with
long overdue.
Yeah, seriously, man. Yeah, you guys, I feel like such a good positivity coming off of this for you guys. Like I feel like the potential is huge. You have so much that you're gonna be bringing to the table. So hopefully,
I am the table.
I am the table.
I had to.
Hopefully this takes Dark After Dawn and brings you guys to the next level where you deserve to be. But yeah, I mean, we got a lot that we got to catch up on after everything too. I'm gonna try for March 14th to come out. I don't know if I'll be able to, like I was telling you, Connor. I'm gonna shoot.
Dude, there will be more shows. Don't sweat it.
Yeah. Don't sweat it, man.
But yeah, man, I am so happy that you guys are back doing your thing. I'm happy to talk to you guys. And dude, I mean, if we don't get to catch up until after that show in Wisconsin, man, like we're going to make it a point to catch up after that because I got to hear about that. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, guys. Long overdue getting you on the show. And if you ever want to come back on, by all means, you're always welcome. But I can't wait to hear the EP. And you said it was Buried Light, right?
Buried Light, yeah.
Buried Light due out before the summertime. You good?
He's like, I want to be held, and he's like, oh, screw this, and he like jumped off me.
Oh, so cats are dicks, is what you're saying?
Anyway, so yeah, Buried Light, man. Buried Light, dude. And it's like
sometime before the summer.
before the summer, man. And it's crazy. It's like literally, it's like pump that out. And dude, no date on the next one, but we are literally going to be writing a part 2 to that EP, basically. So that's what it seems like, the whole direction in writing. It's like, all right, this EP is great, but now we're going to show you what we can really do.
Mm.
And then, we do have plans to do like a second full length at some point. But right now we're focusing on what we're doing now. So,
yeah.
Well, I can't wait. You guys, like I said, you have me at your disposal. Yeah. Anything and everything that I can do to help you, you got me. Yeah, it's a pleasure always talking to you guys, and I'm sure we're going to talk again real soon. But thank you for coming on. I appreciate you spending a little bit of time.
Thanks for having us.
Anytime. I will talk to you guys very soon.
Maroof, Kyle, Connor, my boys, it was so great having you on the show. I'm so fucking proud of you guys. The new songs are unbelievably good, and you deserve every single bit of success. All gas, no brakes, my friends. I can't wait to see and hear what you do next, and you know that you'll always have my support. To all of you listening, thank you so much for taking this first trip around the sun with the Face Music Podcast. I love you all. Anybody who's taken their time on me in any capacity, whether it be listening or sharing a post, liking a page or subscribing, this has been an amazing year, and I cannot thank you all enough for it. Cheers to you all, and here is to 2026. You've been listening to the Face Music Podcast. Be well, everybody. Be safe, and I will see you all again soon. Peace.